My first, the first song that I played at open mics that really got an uproarious reception is this next one that I'm going to sing for you. And it comes from the early days of my dating process after my marriage ended and I was single parenting my son, and my ex and I, his mom and I, were swapping him back and forth on the weekends and in the weekdays by meeting in the Trader Joe's parking lot halfway in between our houses there in Santa Barbara. And I didn't have too much time to date, and I wasn't that interested anyway. I'd had a long marriage and busy with my son and my job. And so this is a particularly creative time, but I did want to go out on dates and kind of meet people. So I ran a print personals ad. This was a couple years before online dating became a thing. And you'd run your 25-word ad and get some phone calls and arrange a cup of coffee someplace. I went to Linnea's Cafe in San Luis Obispo and met a gal named Bonnie. And we talked for hours, actually. It didn't turn into anything. We didn't have a second date, but it was a really interesting first date. And at one point during the evening, Bonnie said that she had stayed with her last boyfriend for way too long because she thought he was better than nothing. And I thought, wow, that is really sad. And but then I also thought of this song. So here we go. This song's called Nothing Is Better Than You. Nothing is better than you. Nothing, honey, is better than you. Nothing is better than you. Nothing, honey, is better than you. Since you've been gone, I read a movie. Bring it home and lo, it meets with unanimous approval. Settle down in the beanbag. Who needs furniture? Consider it a simple case of urban removal. Reach for my beer. It's right where I left it. A little stale, but that's okay. It reminds me of you. Don't worry, dear. This song's not about you. I can't resist a clever line, even if it isn't true. Nothing is better than you, my darling. Nothing, honey, is better than you. I used to think you were better than nothing, but nothing turned out to be better than you. Thank you. Great. Yeah. Nothing else to say about that. I just vividly remember the time that I first played that at an open mic in San Luis, and the place just erupted. That was very, very encouraging. I felt like I should continue to write more comic songs as they occurred to me, and that and it played that. Oh, I need to get the door. I'll be right back.
This is like watching JP Patches.
You know, when I rewatch the video, it feels that way to me. I see that quality. It's like a window into the. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's great.
Who's at the door?
Mr. Green Jeans. Or was that the right? Is that the right show?
It's Miss Smith and the Miss Smith delivery service.
Great. For those of you who don't know, J.P. Patches was a really famous, awesome local kids show host on TV in Seattle, and when many of us were growing up. Yep, it was. Oh gosh, what was his drag, his sidekick, drag sidekick? What was her
Oh,
name?
Gertrude,
Gertrude. Yes, yeah.
played by the fabulous Bob Newman.
Bob Newman was his name, huh? Wow. Yeah, they were quite a pair for decade after decade after decade. I was a Patches pal. I had the sticker on the back of my youth chair.
I still have a Patches Pal hoodie, and when I wear it, I get a lot of smiles from people our age.
Cool. At the time I was writing these songs, I was working for L.R. Baggs Corporation, a terrific company in Nipomo, California that makes acoustic guitar amplification stuff. And we were always in a hurry. There was deadlines and UPS red, and we fantasized about having UPS shipments that could arrive the day before they were sent, because there was always trade show deadlines and everything going on. There's a saying among engineers that go to international trade shows that Italian engineering is beautiful but doesn't work all that well, and French engineering is even more beautiful but it breaks, and German engineering is not beautiful but it always works, and on and on. And American engineering looks like it's ready in time for the trade show. So there was a lot of deadline deadline crunch going on. And I asked Lloyd one time, how come, and driving to work, I could feel it, people tailgating, and go, how come everybody's in such a hurry these days? And he said, Gary, I think they're racing the Reaper. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty cool thought. What's your hurry? Where are you bound? You want to run that Reaper down. What's your hurry? Where are you bound? You want to run that Reaper down. You think you feel him dogging your heels, hot breath right behind. When you get there, what do you know? He was waiting at the finish line. You want to run that Reaper down. You got a brand new cellular phone, you got a pager and a fax machine. You're so connected, you're never alone. You got friends you've never seen. You're so good at getting it done that your workday never ends. You're so busy saving time, you got no time left to spend. You want to run that Reaper down. You got your ticket and welcome aboard. It's the devil's own treadmill. You try and beat it. The faster you run, the thing goes faster still. You keep it turning, and every day you push it just a little more. Before you know it, you're risking your life driving to the grocery store. You want to run that Reaper down. What's your hurry? Where are you bound? You want to run that Reaper down. What's your hurry? Where are you bound? You want to run that Reaper down. You think you feel him dogging your heels, hot breath right behind. When you get there, what do you know? He was waiting at the finish line. You want to run that Reaper down. Thank you. That's great. I love that I can see your applause. It's great. Oh, good. John Brady has joined us. That's great. Glad to see you, John. Well, yeah. Time went on, and even though I wasn't doing much dating, I was dreaming into the idea, very much so. And I got to thinking about what qualities I might want in a new partner and what I was really looking for. I'd never expected to be divorced. I figured that marriage, which did last 13 years and was a very successful marriage in almost every way, was for good. I figured we'd be old farts together. And I found myself still young and free and wondering what the heck I was going to do next. And part of it was looking for new relationship, new romance. So I started thinking about what I wanted. Like, let me make my list. And I recalled back one of the most important things that was real to me at that time was going back to my teenage years and thinking about what I wanted in relationship before I ever really had a real relationship. And what I remembered most was the idea, the desirability of really being completely open with each other and really getting to know each other on a deep level. I'd read a lot of science fiction, and telepathy can be a theme from time to time, and I fantasized about the idea of what I'd already noticed, as I've had proved dozens of times throughout my life, that when you tell somebody the thing you're scared to tell them, often it brings you closer instead of driving them away. You might say something really absurd about yourself and find out that they actually liked you better because of that honesty, and it's all about connection. And I told my mother one time, I said, Mom, wouldn't it be neat if somebody could just know you completely inside and out so that like the two of you could enter each other's minds and just completely know everything? And she said, no, you would not want that. Poor Mom. I don't know what pain was behind that comment, but it sure made an impact. I didn't change my mind. So I did write a couple of songs about my dreams, sort of prayers a little bit about what might happen. And this first one is called The List. I sat down, pen in hand, made my list, no holds barred. Oh, make her strong, a little wild, old of soul and young of heart, with flashing eyes reflecting mine. No walls can stand before that fire, and gentle hands that move so slow, they drive me wild, oh drive me wild. This can't be, feels like coming home. The first time feels like coming home. Being here feels like coming home with you. I want to laugh a lot. I want to kiss for days. I want to roll around around on a sunny hill and talk till dawn with no holds barred, and fan the flame, oh fan the flame. As I wrote, I could not know that you sat down, pen in hand. Oh, make him strong, a little wild, with flashing eyes and gentle hands. I left my list, I went outside, I was myself, I lived my life, and there you were, and there you were, and there you were, and there you were. This can't be, feels like coming home, being here feels like coming home. The first time feels like coming home with you. Thank you. I have a whole vision for how that should be recorded, and I've never recorded it. I have a CD called Flying Dream, which is available in physical form and online everywhere, and it's got songs up through Run That Reaper Down, the last one I just played, but this one is the first one that I didn't record a new CD of, and so that's why, maybe part of why they're lesser known. I need to record that third CD one of these days. Anyway, that's the list. Anybody want to say anything? Brought my electric guitar again. It's my 64 Hofner. And yeah, this song has some similarities to the last one. It's a different prayer, this time in the form of a story. It's just a story, but it means a lot. Okay. This song is called The Naked Song. She came out of nowhere, lightning from a clear blue sky. She said, I never talk to strangers, but I can't remember why. She said, you look just like an old friend. No, you really do. And I could use an old friend. How about you? She held up a finger, the usual on the usual hand. There was a ghostly ring upon it, and I began to understand. I showed her mine. I said, hey, look, it eventually goes away. She smiled that crooked smile, and that was all we had to say until we drove away. talking and driving. You get to say the things you feel. You got your eyes upon the highway. You got your hands upon the wheel. She said, I've been building walls so long, I want to tear some down. And it was somewhere near the grapevine, just before we turned around. She turned to me and said, you wanna get naked? And I don't mean your clothes. I wanna stand in front of someone, naked to my soul, naked to my soul, naked to my soul. Can I take your hat? Can I take your coat? Can I take your shoes? Can I take your clothes? Can I take you down, down to the bone? I look out my window, nothing but a clear blue sky. I knew it couldn't last forever, but I can't remember why. I'm building walls again, but not as high as I used to do. So don't be too surprised if one of these fine days I up and say to you, you wanna get naked? And I don't mean your clothes. I wanna stand in front of someone, naked to my soul, naked to my soul, naked to my soul. Thank you. Funny thing happened yesterday. I was practicing that song, and the high E string broke. I thought, oh man, I'm going to have to run out and get some new strings before this gig. But just for fun, I tried playing it without the high E string, and it sounded considerably better. That string was just getting in the way. That note was never necessary. Not unusual for somebody to just get frustrated with a string and say, I'm taking that off my guitar. Of course, Keith Richards is the most famous example where he got rid of the low string on his acoustic or his electric guitar. And ever since, that's been a signature part of the Rolling Stones sound. And the guitarist for the B-52s got rid of the middle two strings. He just had the low two and the high two. And that was a signature part of their sound. So, you know, one of the key things to remember in music and science is whenever something unexpected happens, always take a look at it and see if it's a blessing in disguise. So I did discover online dating after a while, and I ran a pretty good profile. It said it had a picture of me and my ex, only I used Photoshop to cut out her outline in the photo, so I was putting my arm around a white silhouette, and I put the words "space available" in the silhouette, and it got the most responses of any online ad I've ever run. And one of the ladies who responded, we ended up, well, let's just say I ended up writing several songs about her. That turned out to be an actual relationship, and quite a relationship. More about her later. But on about our fourth date, I was waiting for her to arrive, and she was actually quite late. She was about, I think, an hour late to coming over to my house. And I picked up my guitar, and I started noodling around, and I started writing a song. It was an exciting time. I had some trepidations, I had some fears and things going on in my world. I felt uneasy and excited at the same time. Those two emotions are not mutually exclusive. And so I ended up almost finishing this song in that 1 hour. Some songs take me 20 or 30 years to write, some 2 years, and this one took me approximately an hour. It's called Smooth Sailing. Smooth sailing on an unknown sea, destination mystery. And this morning it's good to be smooth sailing on an unknown sea. When the hurricane had passed away on a sandy shore, I was cast away. When the sun came out, I was alone on the sandy shore. I made my home. For 5 long years I watched the sea for a sailing ship to rescue me. There were 3 or 4 who passed right by, and then somehow I caught your eye, and we're smooth sailing on an unknown sea, destination mystery. And this morning it's good to be smooth sailing on an unknown sea. Our charts are all from olden days and other trips on an ocean wave. Here be dragons, whirlpools foam, many sail here and few come home, and I don't know why. For all I see is a clear horizon, and you and me, smooth sailing on an unknown sea, destination mystery. And tomorrow, if it's up to me, we'll be smooth sailing on an unknown sea.